علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Alhamdulillah, we finished the first 100 ayahs of Surah Ma'idah. We finished the first 100 ayahs of Surah Ma'idah. Inshallah, we'll continue from ayah 101 of Surah Ma'idah, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تسألوا عن أشياء إن تبد لكم تسؤكم وإن تسألوا عنها حين ينزل القرآن تبد لكم عفى الله عنها والله غفور حليم. قد سألها قوم من قبلكم ثم أصبحوا بها كافرين. ما جعل الله من بحيرة ولا سائبة ولا وصيلة ولا حام ولكن الذين كفروا يفترون على الله الكذب وأكثرهم لا يعقلون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you have iman, la tasalu an ashya, do not ask questions about those things that you tasukum, that you dislike. Well, and tubdalakum, that when they are made apparent to you, meaning they'll be too difficult for you to carry out. وَإِن تَسْأَلُوا عَنْهَا حِينَ يُنَزَّلُ الْقُرْآنُ تُبْدَ لَكُمْ. If you ask such questions while the Quran is being revealed during the lifetime of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then تُبْدَ لَكُمْ, they will surely be known to you, will be apparent to you, so you may regret asking. Then you will be regretful in asking. عَفَى اللَّهُ عَنْهَا, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has forgiven it, meaning asking of those questions in the past. So do not repeat them. Do not asking questions over and over again. Allah Ghafurun Halim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is most forgiving and most tolerant. Right? It's not talking about just any question. It's talking about just like asking random questions. So those questions that have no base to it. Alright. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, just wait. It's going to be revealed. So don't just keep repeating such type of questions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will forgive whatever you asked before. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is most forgiving, most tolerant. قَدْ سَأَلَهَا قَوْمٌ مِّن قَبْلِكُمْ ثُمَّ أَصْبَحُوا بِهَا كَافِرِينَ. Indeed, a group before you had asked, meaning they had asked such question to the prophets, and then ثُمَّ أَصْبَحُوا بِكَافِرِينَ, they became kuffar when they rejected the replies they received and they did not practice what they were told to do. مَا جَعَلَ اللَّهُ مِن بَحِيرَةٍ وَلَا سَائِبَةٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not introduce as a part of the religion the bahira, nor wala sa'iba, nor the sa'iba, wala wasila, nor wasila, nor ham. So these were different types of animals, mostly camels, whom they basically in the early time, the Arabs, they would give these titles because of a certain reason. People were prohibited from deriving benefit from them except under a special circumstance, right? They would just leave it. They'll say that, okay, just leave it, and no one can take any benefit, no one can kill them, no one can drink their milk or anything except under a special circumstance. And this was from the time where in the beginning, the early Arabs, where they used to do this. In the Jahiliyyah, in the time of Jahiliyyah, they used to do this. ولكن الذين كفروا يفترون على الله الكذب. But the kuffar they have invented a lie about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded that these animals should be left alone, and that there should be no benefit that should be taken from them. But وأكثرهم لا يعقلون, most of them have no understanding, they have no intellect, and they blindly follow customs and belief of their forefathers, which was just based on their desires and just on their nafs. وإذا قيل لهم تعالوا إلى ما أنزل الله إلى الرسول قالوا حسبنا ما وجدنا عليه آباءنا. When it is told to them, to the kuffar, تعالوا إلى ما أنزل الله, come towards what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed, and towards what إلى الرسول, towards Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they say قالوا حسبنا, they say ما وجدنا عليه آباءنا, what we found our forefathers practicing is sufficient for us. أولو كان آباؤهم لا يعلمون, will they follow the forefathers even though their forefathers did not لا يعلمون, they did not understand anything, ولا يهتدون, they were not rightly guided. يا أيها الذين آمنوا عليكم أنفسكم لا يضركم من ضل إذا اهتديتم. Oh, you have iman, عليكم أنفسكم, take care of your own selves, guard your own iman, right? Also advising others, لا يضركم من ضل إذا اهتديتم. He who has strayed from the straight path cannot harm you when you are rightly guided yourself by obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's commandments. إِلَى اللَّهِ مَرْجِعُكُمْ, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shall you all return. You all shall return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَيُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ, and He will inform you of what you used to do in this dunya. And also He will reward you and punish you. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا شَهَادَةُ بَيْنِكُمْ إِذَا حَضَرَ أَحَدَكُمُ الْمَوْتُ. Oh, you have iman, when death comes near to any of you, when it comes near to any of you at the time, إِذَا حَضَرَ أَحَدَكُمُ الْمَوْتُ حِينَ الْوَصِيَّةِ اثْنَانِ ذَوَا عَدْلٍ مِنْكُمْ. At the time of making a will, there should be عَدْلٍ مِنْكُمْ ذَوَا عَدْلٍ. There should be two just people. I mean, two people, just people as a witnesses. They should be there as a witness for the will. أو آخران من غيركم إن أنتم ضربتم في الأرض فأصابتكم مصيبة الموت. Or from another nation, meaning from non-Muslims. Either it should be Muslim, two just people who are present as a witness from you, from the Muslims, or from another nation, meaning from the non-Muslims. If you are in a journey, if you're traveling, when فَأَصَابَتْكُمْ مُصِيبَةُ الْمَوْتِ, when the affliction of death falls on you, then if you are in doubt, meaning about if the two witnesses are going to be truthful or not, then take hold of two of them after salah. من بعد الصلاة تحبسونهما من بعد الصلاة. Take hold of them after salah, and they should swear فيقسمان بالله. They should swear, both of them should swear by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لا نشتري به ثمنا قليلا, that we are not taking any price, any worldly gains by lying or by receiving bribes for it. ولو كان ذا قربى, even though the deceased may be a relative and will not hide testimony for that. ولا نكتم شهادة إنا إذا لمن الظالمين إنا إذا من الآثمين. For then we shall be from among the sinners, meaning we will not hide testimony. If we stand to gain anything, or if we hide testimony of the will, then we shall be from amongst the إنا إذا لمن الآثمين, that will be from amongst the sinners. Right? So this is something that if someone when you're writing a will, or you have witnesses, nowadays like there's like notary and things like that, right? So do that. And if you're traveling and you know that you feel that you're going to die or something, you're not sure, so then have two people. And if you have a doubt about them, then make them swear, right? Nowadays everything is documented and everything is very formalized. فإن عثر على أنهم استحقا إثما فآخران يقومان مقامهما من الذين استحق عليهم الأوليان فيقسمان بالله لا شهادتنا حق من شهادتهما وما اعتدينا إنا إذا لمن الظالمين. If it is later discovered that two of them were guilty in sin, فإن عثر على أنهم استحقا إثما, if it's later on it was found out that both of them were guilty of sin, meaning such as stealing something from the miratha, from inheritance, or they were concealing the truth, then فآخران يقومان مقامهما من الذين استحق عليهم الأوليان, then two other main close relatives of the deceased from among those people who were sinned against, meaning against whom the first two witnesses had sinned by stealing the inheritance or by lying, should replace them, right? The two close relatives, they should replace the people who sinned, those two who were witnesses, who were made witnesses. If they sinned, they should be replaced by them. They should replace them as witnesses. لشهادتنا حق من شهادتهما. They, mean the two close relatives, they must swear that our testimony, meaning our testimony is true than their lies. And we have not transgressed, we did not break any laws of the Sharia. Inna idha lam zalimin. For if they do transgress, then they will be from amongst the zalimin, the oppressors. Right? So if two people, if the deceased, he appointed two people, and those two people they sinned and whatever they stole or they caused some problem, then the two close relatives of the mayyit, the person who died, of the deceased, they can step up and they can replace them, and also they have to take an oath also that will be more true than them. Like I said, nowadays everything's formalized, so everything is documented. In this way, by allowing the close relatives to testify, is more likely that they, meaning the first two witnesses, will testify properly without lying, or more likely they will or they will fear the oaths of others, the of others be repeated after they had taken their oaths. So therefore exposing them as liars and making them transgressors. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying that fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because and by allowing the close relative to testify, it is more likely that they will testify properly, right, without lying. They will fear that the oath of others, the oath will be repeated after they had taken their oath. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَاسْمَعُوا, and listen to the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَاللَّهُ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الْفَاسِقِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not guide the sinful people. يَوْمَ يَجْمَعُ اللَّهُ الرُّسُلَ فَيَقُولُ مَاذَا أُجِبْتُمْ. Do not forget the day of Qiyamah, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will gather, فَيَقُولُ مَاذَا أُجِبْتُمْ, will gather the Rasul and ask, what reply did you receive? قَالُوا لَا عِلْمَ لَنَا. They will say, we have no knowledge. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ عَلَّامُ الْغُيُوبِ. Most surely you are the knower of the unseen. You have knowledge about the unseen. إِذْ قَالَ اللَّهُ يَا عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ اذْكُرْ نِعْمَتِي عَلَيْكَ وَعَلَى وَالِدَتِكَ. Do not forget the day of Qiyamah when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, O Isa, the son of Maryam, remember, اذْكُرْ نِعْمَتِي عَلَيْكَ وَعَلَى وَالِدَتِكَ. Remember my favor to you and to your mother when I helped you by the means of أَيَّدْتُكَ بِرُوحِ الْقُدُسِ, by the means of Ruh al-Qudus, Jibreel alayhi salam, and you spoke. وَتُكَلِّمُ النَّاسَ فِي الْمَهْدِ وَكَهْلًا, and you spoke to the people while in the cradle as a little baby, and also وَكَهْلًا, and manhood also when he became older. وَعَلَّمْتُكَ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ وَالتَّوْرَاةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ, and when I taught you the book and wisdom and the Torah and Injil. Remember this also. وَإِذْ تَخْلُقُ مِنَ الطِّينِ كَهَيْئَةِ الطَّيْرِ, when you would create by my order, by my permission, and you blow into it, and it would become a living from the form of a bird from sand. تخرج من الطين كهيئة الطير بإذني فتنفخ فيها فتكون طيرا بإذني وتبرئ الأكمه والأبرص بإذني. And you would also cure those who are blind and the people who had leprosy people بإذني, with my permission, with my order. وتخرج الموتى بإذني, and when I and بني إسرائيل وإذ كففت بني إسرائيل عنك إذ جئتهم بالبينات فقال الذين كفروا منهم من هذا إلا سحر مبين. When remember when I and Bani Israel when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prevented the Bani Israel from you, when you came to them with clear signs, right? Remember that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that, remember when I prevented the Bani Israel from killing you, when you came to them with clear signs, meaning the miracles. فقال الذين كفروا منهم من هذا إلا سحر مبين, and the kuffar from amongst them, they said this is a magic, this is clear magic. وإذا أوحيت الحواريين أن آمنوا بي وبرسولي. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will further tell Isa alayhi salam, remember that when I when I inspired the hearts of the disciples with the instruction to believe in me and aminu bi, and in my وبرسولي, in my Rasul, Isa alayhi salam. قالوا آمنا, they said we believe, and you واشهد, be witness بأننا مسلمون, that we have certainly surrendered and became Muslim. إذ قال الحواريون يا عيسى ابن مريم هل يستطيع ربك أن ينزل علينا مائدة من السماء قال اتقوا الله إن كنتم مؤمنين. Remember also the time when the disciples, they said, O Isa, son of Maryam, is your Rabb able to send to us a table, مائدة من السماء, from the sky, meaning a table spread with food, dastarkhan, continuously from the skies? Then قال اتقوا الله, he replied, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and do not make such a request. إن كنتم مؤمنين, if you are indeed mu'mineen, if you truly have iman. قالوا نريد أن نأكل منها وتطمئن قلوبنا ونعلم أن قد صدقتنا ونكون عليها من الشاهدين. They said, we wish to eat from it, to put our iman, to put our hearts at ease, right? تطمئن قلوبنا, to put our heart at ease. ونعلم أن قد صدقتنا, and to know that you have been truthful to us in your claim to prophethood. وَنَكُونَ عَلَيْهَا مِنَ الشَّاهِدِينَ, and to be witness to it, to be witness to this event, that about this table of food coming down. قال عيسى ابن مريم اللهم ربنا أنزل علينا مائدة من السماء. Isa alayhi salam, the son of Maryam alayhi salam, he made dua. He said, Ya Allah, Ya Rabb, send down to us a table spread with food from the skies, so that تكون لنا عيدا لأولنا وآخرنا وآية منك, so that it may be a day of celebration for those of us who are present, and for those of us that has still did not come yet, and a sign from you, وآية منك وارزقنا, so just give us sustenance, provide for us, وأنت خير الرازقين, you are the best of providers. قال الله إني منزلها عليكم, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I will send it. I will send this table to you. But however, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, whoever of you commits kufr, فَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بَعْدُ مِنْكُمْ, whoever commits kufr after this miracle, فَإِنِّي أُعَذِّبُهُ عَذَابًا لَا أُعَذِّبُهُ أَحَدًا مِنَ الْعَالَمِينَ, I will surely punish him in a manner so severe as I have never punished anyone so severely in the universe. إذ قال الله يا عيسى بن مريم أأنت قلت للناس اتخذوني وأمي إلهين من دون الله. Do not forget the time. قال Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do not forget the time when on the day of Qiyamah Allah will say, O Isa, son of Maryam, Ya Isa ibn Maryam, أأنت قلت للناس, do you tell the people that اتخذوني وأمي إلهين من دون الله, take myself and my mother both as ilah instead of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? قال سبحانك, Isa alayhi salam will reply, Subhanak, you are expressed your purity. You are in need of no partners. أن أقول ما ليس لي بحق. It does not befit me to say what I have no right to say. إن كنت قلته فقد علمته. And if I had said so, you would certainly have knowledge about it. You certainly know that I did not say anything like it. تعلم ما في نفسي ولا أعلم ما في نفسك. You know what is in my heart, and I do not know what is in your أعلم ما في نفسك, what is in your knowledge. إنك أنت علام الغيوب. Surely you are you are the knower of all of the unseen. ما قلت لهم إلا ما أمرتني به أن اعبدوا الله ربي وربكم وكنت عليهم شهيدا ما دمت فيهم فلما توفيتني كنت أنت الرقيب عليهم وأنت على كل شيء شهيد. ما قلت لهم إلا ما, I told them that only what you had commanded me to tell them, right? Which is what? أن اعبدوا الله, to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ربي وربكم, who is my Rabb and who is your Rabb. وكنت عليهم شهيدا ما دمت فيهم, and I am a witness to them as long as I was with them. فلما توفيتني كنت أنت الرقيب عليهم, and when you took me away, meaning to the heavens, then you're watching over them. وأنت الرقيب عليهم وأنت على كل شيء شهيد, and you are a witness over all things. إن تعذبهم فإنهم عبادك, if you punish them, then really they are your slaves, and if you forgive them, then surely you are the أنت العزيز الحكيم, you are the mighty and the wise. قال الله هذا يوم ينفع الصادقين صدقهم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say this in the day of Qiyamah is the day when the truthful, those who are truthful of the truthful ones shall profit from them. لهم جنات, and they shall have a reward as Jannah, beneath which rivers will flow, and تحت الأنهار خالدين فيها, they shall live forever and ever. خالدين فيها أبدا. رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عن, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with them and they are pleased with him. ذلك الفوز العظيم, and this is a big achievement, a great reward. لله ملك السماوات والأرض ما فيهن, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala belongs the kingdom of the heavens and the earth and whatever is within them. وهو على كل شيء قدير, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he has power over everything. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The next surah that we finished, alhamdulillah, we just finished Surah Ma'idah. The next surah is Surah An'am, livestock. Right, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, previous surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Surah Ma'idah we finished, and this surah An'am, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he discusses detailed arguments against shirk, against attributing partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also propagating tawheed, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also in the surah, he presents the message of tawheed to the people, negating shirk, And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also he mentions that various aspects like disobedience to the parents, murder, killing, or suppressing the wealth of the orphans, cheating and deceiving in weighing and scaling measures. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وجعل الظلمات والنور ثم الذين كفروا بربهم يعدلون. All praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, الذي who has created the heavens and the skies and the earth. وجعل الظلمات, who had made darkness, who has made وجعل الظلمات والنور, who has made the many forms of darkness and light. ثم الذين كفروا بربهم يعدلون. Then the kuffar, then to the kuffar they make equal, they ascribe partners to the Rabb by committing shirk. هو الذي خلقكم من طين ثم قضى أجلا وأجل مسمى عنده ثم أنتم تمترون. He is the one who created you, meaning your father Adam alayhi salam. He is the one who has created you. He created Adam alayhi salam from clay, and then he fixed a term. ثم قضى, he fixed the time for you. ثم قضى أجلا ثم قضى أجلا وأجل مسمى عنده ثم أنتم تمترون. He fixed a time after which you will die, and the time which also you will be resurrected is fixed with him. ثم أنتم تمترون. Then also the kuffar, they doubt. The kuffar, they doubt the resurrection, and they doubt Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وهو الله في السماوات وفي الأرض يعلم سركم وجهركم ويعلم ما تكسبون. He is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is only deserving to be worshipped, right? He is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the heavens and the earth. He knows يعلم سركم, he knows your secrets and what you make apparent. ويعلم ما تكسبون, he knows what you earn, whatever action you do. ما تأتيه من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين. When any ayah or any verse or miracle from the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes to them, to the kuffar, إلا كانوا عنها معرضين, they turn away from it. فقد كذبوا بالحق لما جاءهم. Indeed, they, mean like the Aad and Thamud, they have denied the truth when it came to them. فسوف يأتيهم أنباء ما كانوا به يستهزئون. Soon the news of what they mocked shall come to them. ألم يروا كم أهلكنا من قبلهم من قرن مكناهم في الأرض ما نمكن لكم وأرسلنا السماء عليهم مدرارا وجعلنا الأنهار تجري من تحتهم فأهلكناهم بذنوبهم وأنشأنا من بعدهم قرنا آخرين. ألم يروا كم أهلكنا من قبلهم. Have they, made the kuffar, like the Aad and Thamud, did not see that as they passed through the ruins of the past nations when they would travel, have they not seen how many nations we have destroyed before them, who they had established on earth, as we have not established for you, meaning we had given them much more. They had much more resources, they had so much power than what we have given you, right? And obviously those nations were big nations, they were so strong, they had so much power. And we sent to them abundant rains and made rivers flow beneath them, because they were giving abundantly, right? They were very prosperous in that. And then فأهلكناهم بذنوبهم وجعلنا الأنهار تجري من تحتهم فأهلكناهم بذنوبهم وأنشأنا من بعدهم قرنا آخرين. And then we then destroyed them, kuffar, because of their sins, and created another nation after them. من بعد قرن آخرين, we created another nation after them. ولو نزلنا عليك كتابا في قرطاس فلمسوا بأيديهم لقال الذين كفروا إن هذا إلا سحر مبين. If we reveal to you, meaning to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a book on paper that they can touch with their hands, as the kuffar request to see, فلمسوه بأيديهم لقال الذين كفروا إن هذا إلا سحر مبين. The kuffar will reject it and say, this is nothing less than clear magic. وقالوا لولا نزل عليه ملك. The kuffar will say, why is an angel not sent to him, meaning to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to verify that he is a prophet. وقالوا لولا أنزل عليه ملك ولو أنزلنا ملكا لقضي الأمر ثم لا ينظرون. If we were to send an angel as a request, if they still refuse to accept that he is a prophet, then لقضي الأمر, their punishment will be decided, and they will be destroyed immediately. ثم لا ينظرون, and they will not be granted respite to repent. ولو جعلناه ملكا لجعلناه رجلا وللبسنا عليهم ما يلبسون. If we were to make him, to make the angel a prophet, as the kuffar they requested, kuffar of Makkah they requested, when they say that the prophets are nothing more than human beings like themselves, and they should be angels, right? So لَجَعَلْنَاهُ رَجُلًا, we would surely make him رَجُلًا وَلَبَسْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ مَا يَلْبِسُونَ, we surely make him an angel in the form of a man, because humans cannot see an angel in his true form, and then put the same doubts on them in which they find themselves. They would say that again, that the prophet is he's just a human being like themselves. Because if they want someone an angel, they can't see a true angel in a real form, its true form. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring, Allah saying that he will send an angel in the form of a human being, and even then they'll say that, oh, he's just a prophet like us. So always complaining. وَلَقَدِ اسْتُهْزِئَ بِرُسُلٍ مِّن قَبْلِكَ فَحَاقَ بِالَّذِينَ سَخِرُوا مِنْهُم مَّا كَانُوا بِهِ يَسْتَهْزِئُونَ. O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, indeed, وَلَقَدِ اسْتُهْزِئَ بِرُسُلٍ, indeed, Rusul before you were also mocked. The prophets before you were also mocked. فَحَاقَ بِالَّذِينَ سَخِرُوا مِنْهُم, and then those who were mocked were surrounded by the punishment for that which they used to مَا كَانُوا بِهِ يَسْتَهْزِئُونَ, for that which they used to mock. قُلْ سِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ, travel on the earth. Say, travel on the earth by seeing the ruins of the previous nations. ثُمَّ انظُرُوا كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الْمُكَذِّبِينَ, see what the outcome of those who rejected the message of their prophets. So قُلْ لِمَنْ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ قُلِ اللَّهُ كَتَبَ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ الرَّحْمَةَ لَيَجْمَعَنَّكُمْ إِلَى يَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ الَّذِينَ خَسِرُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ فَهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Say قُلْ لِمَنْ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ, or say, to whom belongs everything in the heavens and the earth. قُلِ اللَّهُ, say, it belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. كَتَبَ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ الرَّحْمَةَ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has made mercy towards His creation, right? Binding, compulsory upon Himself. He will He will certainly gather you all on the day of Qiyamah, and there is no doubt about it. الَّذِينَ خَسِرُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ فَهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ, those who have put their souls to destruction will not accept Iman. وَلَهُ مَا سَكَنَ فِي اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ, to him it belongs whatever lies during the night and the day. وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ, and He is all hearing and knowing. قُلْ أَغَيْرَ اللَّهِ يَتَّخِذُ وَلِيًّا فَاطِرِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَهُوَ يُطْعِمُ وَلَا يُطْعَمُ. Say, shall I take as a helper anyone else besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has created the skies and the earth, وَهُوَ يُطْعِمُ وَلَا يُطْعَمُ, and who feeds all the creations, and without himself being fed, meaning He does not need anyone. Say, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, قُلْ إِنِّي أُمِرْتُ, verily I have been commanded to be أَنْ أَكُونَ أَوَّلَ مَنْ أَسْلَمَ, to be the first Muslim, first to submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَلَا تَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ, and do not be from amongst the mushrikeen. قُلْ إِنِّي أَخَافُ إِنْ عَصَيْتُ رَبِّي عَذَابَ يَوْمٍ عَظِيمٍ. Say Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if I disobey my Rabb by worshipping others, in عَصَيْتُ رَبِّي عَذَابَ يَوْمٍ عَظِيمٍ, I fear the punishment of the great day, the tremendous day of the day of Qiyamah. مَنْ يُصْرَفْ عَنْهُ يَوْمَئِذٍ فَقَدْ رَحِمَ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is indeed merciful to the one from whose punishment is turned away. وَذَلِكَ الْفَوْزُ الْمُبِينُ, and this is a clear success. وَإِنْ يَمْسَسْكَ اللَّهُ بِضُرٍّ فَلَا كَاشِفَ لَهُ إِلَّا هُوَ, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He punishes you with harm, there shall be no one to فَلَا كَاشِفَ لَهُ إِلَّا هُوَ, there should be no one to remove it except Him. وَإِنْ يَمْسَسْكَ بِخَيْرٍ فَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ, if He grants you good and He has power, then He has power over everything. وَهُوَ الْقَاهِرُ فَوْقَ عِبَادِهِ وَهُوَ الْحَكِيمُ الْخَبِيرُ, He is mighty and has complete control over His slaves, and He is wise, and He knows everything, He is informed. قُلْ أَيُّ شَيْءٍ أَكْبَرُ شَهَادَةً, say, O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, قُلْ, say, what things, أَيُّ شَيْءٍ أَكْبَرُ شَهَادَةً, what things offer the greatest shahada, meaning the truth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Islam. Say, قُلِ اللَّهُ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala offers the greatest testimony. شَهِيدٌ بَيْنِي وَبَيْنَكُمْ, He is a witness between me and between you. وَهُوَ الْقَاهِرُ فَوْقَ عِبَادِهِ وَهُوَ الْحَكِيمُ الْخَبِيرُ, He is mighty and has complete control over His slaves, and He is wise, and He knows everything, He is informed. قُلْ أَيُّ شَيْءٍ أَكْبَرُ شَهَادَةً, say, what things وأوحي إلي هذا القرآن لأنذركم به من بلغ. This Quran has been revealed to me so that I may لأنذركم به, so that I may warn you with it, as well as those who it reaches به ومن بلغ, those who reaches after you. أئنكم لتشهدون أن مع الله آلهة أخرى. Do you, meaning the mushrikeen, really bear witness that there are other gods with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? قل لا أشهد, say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, say to them that I bear such witness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is but only وإنما هو إله واحد. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one deity, and I am certainly innocent of مما تشركون, which you have associated with Him. الذين آتيناهم الكتاب يعرفون كما يعرفون أبناءهم. And those who have been given the book, may the Jews and the Christians recognize him, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like they recognize their own children. Those who have put their souls to destruction, الذين خسروا أنفسهم فهم لا يؤمنون, they will not accept iman. من أظلم ممن افترى على الله كذبا. Who can be more unjust than the one who invents lies against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has partners, and he rejects his ayat. أو كذب بآيات إنه لا يفلح الظالمون. The unjust ones, they shall never succeed. ويوم نحشرهم جميعا ويوم نحشرهم جميعا ثم يقول الذين أشركوا أين شركاؤكم الذين كنتم تزعمون. ويوم نحشرهم, the day when we shall gather them all together and then ask those who committed shirk, who ascribe partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أين شركاؤكم, where are the partners, the idols and those who they created, كنتم تزعمون, that you claimed. ثم لم تكن فتنتهم إلا أن قالوا والله ربنا ما كنا مشركين. The only excuse will be that will be to swear by إلا أن قالوا والله ربنا ما كنا مشركين. By Allah, our Rabb, we never committed shirk. انظر كيف كذبوا, see how they lie against themselves. على أنفسهم وضل عنهم ما كانوا يفترون, that which they fabricated, and their and كما كانوا يفترون, and it shall be lost. It should be lost in the akhirah. ومنهم من يستمع إليك. Among them, in the kuffar, are those who listen attentively to you, to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when you recite the Quran. However, وجعلنا على قلوبهم, we placed a veil on their hearts, so they should كنة أن يفقهوا, so they should understand it. They should understand, and in their ears they're deaf. وإن يروا كل آية لا يؤمنوا بها, they will not believe in it, to the point that the kuffar will actually come to dispute, or they'll come into debate with you, saying that in هذا لا أساطير الأولين, this Quran is merely just false stories and old ancient about this false stories about old people, about old ancient people. وهم ينهون عنه وينأون عنه. They forbid others from it, meaning from the Quran and from following Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they themselves avoid it. And they destroy only themselves. يهلكون, they only destroy themselves, but they do not. وما يشعرون, they do not notice it, they do not realize. ولو ترى إذ وقفوا على النار فقالوا يا ليتنا. If only you could see the time when they will be made to stand over it, they'll be made to stand over the fire of Jahannam, and they'll say فقالوا يا ليتنا نرد ولا نكذب. Oh Allah, I mean, يا ليتنا, if only we could be returned to the world and we would not reject the ayat of our Rabb. ونكون مؤمنين, we would be from amongst the believers. بل بدا لهم ما كانوا يخفون من قبل. In fact, the knowledge of the punishment for the kuffar, which they used to hide, would become clear to them on the day of Qiyamah. ولو ردوا لعادوا لما نهوا. If they were to be sent back to the world, they would return, and they would be sent back to the world, and they would again return to what they had been prohibited to do, meaning they would again commit shirk, and they are truly liars. وقالوا إن هي إلا حياتنا الدنيا وما نحن بمبعوثين. They, mean the kuffar, they said this is merely a worldly life, so enjoy, eat, and وما نحن بمبعوثين, we will not be raised, meaning we will not be resurrected. ولو ترى إذ وقفوا على ربهم قال أليس هذا بالحق قالوا بلى وربنا قال فذوقوا العذاب بما كنتم تكفرون. If only you could see the time when they will be made to stand by force before the Rabb, he will say أليس هذا بالحق, is this, the resurrection, not the truth? They will reply, indeed. قالوا بلى وربنا, yes, our Rabb, our Lord. قال فذوقوا العذاب. Allah subhanahu will tell them, taste the punishment because بما كنتم تكفرون, because you have committed kufr, you have disbelieved in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قد خسر الذين كذبوا بلقاء الله. And definitely those people who are losers are one who denied meeting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until when the Qiyamah would suddenly come and they would cry out. حتى إذا جاءتهم الساعة بغتة suddenly قالوا يا حسرة, they say, oh, if only, how much do we regret our على ما فطرتنا, our intelligence, our negligence towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We regret our negligence, we were really neglectful. وهم يحملون, and they will bear the burden, the responsibility of their sins, أوزارهم, of their sins, on their على ظهورهم, on their backs, على ساء ما يزرون, as evil, this is evil indeed which they bear. وما الحياة الدنيا إلا لعب وله. The life of this world is just a pastime, just for besides the things that you please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with. The life of the world is just a pastime, is just it's a sport, just for life, for just playing, and just like useless. Everything, the world is just useless. وَلَلدَّارُ الْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ, and the hereafter, the home of the akhirah, is the best for those. وَلَلدَّارُ الْآخِرَةُ خَيْرُ الَّذِينَ يَتَّقُونَ, for the best for those who would taqwa. أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ, do you not understand? قَدْ نَعْلَمُ إِنَّهُ لَيَحْزُنُكَ الَّذِينَ يَقُولُونَ فَإِنَّهُمْ لَا يُكَذِّبُونَكَ وَلَكِنَّ الظَّالِمِينَ بِآيَاتِ اللَّهِ يَجْحَدُونَ. O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, قَدْ نَعْلَمُ, we know well that they're what they talk, I mean the rejection of the kuffar, it makes you sad. Indeed, فإنهم لا يكذبون, they do not reject you, ولكن الظالمين, but they are oppressors, and they deny بآيات الله, the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. بآيات الله يجحدون, they are oppressed and they deny the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ولقد كذبت رسل من قبلك فصبروا على ما كذبوا وأوذوا حتى أتاهم نصرنا. Without doubt, many prophets before you were rejected, but they bore the patience. They had patience upon the rejection that they received. حتى أتاهم نصرنا, and they were harassed until our assistance, our help came to them. ولا مبدل لكلمات الله, there's no one to change the words and the decree and the promises of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَقَدْ جَاءَكُم مِّن نَبَإِ الْمُرْسَلِينَ, and also some of the stories of the prophets have come to you also, by which you may be encouraged, and you can put your heart at ease, you can take it easy. وإن كان كبر عليك إعراضهم فإن استطعت أن تبتغي نفقا في الأرض يضل من في السماء فتأتيهم بآية. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if they're turning away from Islam, is difficult for you because of your concern for them, then if you are able to do, then search for a shaft into the earth or a ladder to the sky and bring forth a miracle for them. Since you cannot do this, so you will have to be patient, right? Be patient. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَجَمَعَهُمْ عَلَى الْهُدَى, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He would have gathered them all upon guidance, but He did not desire to do though. He did not desire to do so. فَلَا تَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْجَاهِلِينَ, so do not be from those who worry about them. إِنَّمَا يَسْتَجِيبُ الَّذِينَ يَسْمَعُونَ وَالْمَوْتَى يَبْعَثُهُمُ اللَّهُ ثُمَّ إِلَيْهِ يُرْجَعُونَ, only those who listen to will accept. As for the dead, وَالْمَوْتَى يَبْعَثُهُمُ اللَّهُ, Allah will raise them after the death and they will return to Him. وَقَالُوا لَنْ نُزِّلَ عَلَيْهِ آيَةٌ مِّن رَبِّهِ, the kuffar will say, why does a sign or miracle not come to him, to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from his Rabb? قُلْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ قَادِرٌ, say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is able to send a sign. عَلَى يُنَزِّلَ آيَةً وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَهُمْ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ, but most of them do not know. It means seeing the miracle is not always good, because they will immediately be destroyed if they refuse to believe in the miracle, like how happened to the other prophets before. وَمَا مِن دَابَّةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ, like how happened to the previous nations before. وَمَا مِن دَابَّةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا طَائِرٍ يَطِيرُ بِجَنَاحَيْهِ إِلَّا أُمَمٌ أَمْثَالُكُمْ, every creature on earth. وَمَا مِن دَابَّةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا طَائِرٍ يَطِيرُ بِجَنَاحَيْهِ إِلَّا أُمَمٌ أَمْثَالُكُمْ, every creature on the earth and every bird flying with its two wings, are communities like yourselves. مثالكم, like yourself, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has predestined their sustenance and their experiences. ما فرطنا في الكتاب من شيء. We did not record anything in the book. ثم إلى ربهم يحشرون, and they, meaning all the creatures and birds, they shall be gathered to the Rabb on the day of Qiyamah. والذين كذبوا بآياتنا صم وبكم في الظلمات من يشاء الله يضل ومن يشاء يجعله على صراط مستقيم. Those who deny our ayat and are deaf and dumb in darkness. من يشاء الله يضل, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala misguides whoever He wills, and ومن يشاء يجعله على صراط مستقيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should put whoever on the straight path, whoever He wills. قل أرأيتكم إن أتاكم عذاب الله وأتتكم الساعة بغتة قل أرأيتكم إن أتاكم الساعة قل أرأيتكم إن أتاكم عذاب الله وأتتكم الساعة وغير الله تدعون إن كنتم صادقين. Say to the mushrikeen, tell me, if Allah's punishment has to strike you, or if the Qiyamah has to come upon you, will you then call on any of the gods besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? غير الله other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Would you call any of the gods other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? إن كنتم صادقين. If you are truthful, will you admit that you can call on no one other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for help? بلى إياه تدعون فيكشف ما تدعون إليه إن شاء وتنسون ما تشركون. No, you will call only for Him, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if He wills, He will فيكشف ما تدعون إليه. He will remove the calamity for which you will call Him. إن شاء وتنسون ما تشركون, after which you will forget those who you ascribe partners to Him. ولقد أرسلنا إلى من قبلك فأخذناهم بالبأساء والضراء لعلهم يتضرعون. Indeed, we have sent Anbiya alayhim salam to the nations, to the communities before you. فأخذنا بالبأساء, and then we afflicted them with hardships and misery and difficulties, so that they may be لعلهم يتضرعون, so that they may humble themselves. ولولا إذ جاءهم بأسنا تضرعوا ولكن قست قلوبهم. Why was it then that they did not show humility when our punishment afflicted them? Instead, ولكن قست قلوبهم, their hearts have hardened and they were unable to submit to Iman. وزين لهم الشيطان ما كانوا يعملون, and Shaitan beautified them, the evil actions for them. فلما نسوا ما ذكروا به فتحنا عليهم أبواب كل شيء. لما نسوا ما ذكروا به فتحنا عليهم أبواب كل شيء حتى إذا فرحوا بما أوتوا أخذناهم بغتة فإذا هم مبلسون. When they forgot the advice given to them, we open فتحنا عليهم أبواب, we open the doors to all good things. حتى إذا فرحوا بما أوتوا أخذنا بغتة فإذا هم مبلسون. And when the time came, they rejoiced and they were happy over what was given to them, and we suddenly hold the grip of them, punish them, leaving them despondent and having no hope of ever recovering the bounties they have lost. فقطع دابر القوم الذين ظلموا والحمد لله رب العالمين. The roots of oppression, the wrongdoing people were cut. والحمد لله, all praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Rabb of the universe. قل أرأيتم إن أخذ الله سمعكم وأبصاركم. Say, tell me, إن أخذ الله سمعكم, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala snatches away your سمعكم, أخذ الله سمعكم, your hearing and your sight, أبصاركم وختم على قلوبكم, and seals your hearts. من إله غير الله يأتيكم به, which ilah, which deity besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can restore them to you. انظر كيف نصرف الآيات. See how we explain to them the ayat, providing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one and only ilah. انظر كيف نصرف الآيات ثم نصرف. Still they turn away, refusing to submit. قل أرأيتكم عذاب الله بغتة أو جهرة هل يهلك إلا القوم الظالمون. Say, tell me, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punishment afflicts you suddenly or openly, will anyone besides the wrongdoers be destroyed? وما نرسل المرسلين إلا مبشرين ومنذرين. We have sent the Anbiya alayhi salam only as those who give good news to the believers and as warners to the kuffar. فمن آمن So whoever has iman and reforms themselves and his beliefs and behavior, فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ, don't fear. There should be no fear that shall come over them. وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ, and they should not be sad, and they should not be uh, they should not grieve. وَالَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا يَمَسُّهُمُ الْعَذَابُ بِمَا كَانُوا يَفْسُقُونَ. As for those who reject our ayat, punishment should afflict them because بما كانوا يفسقون, because they have sinned. ولا أقول لكم عندي خزائن الله ولا أعلم الغيب ولا أقول لكم إني ملك. Rasulullah say to them, say to the people, أقول لكم لا أقول لكم, I do not say to you that I possess the treasures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from which I can give you whatever you want. ولا أعلم الغيب, nor do I have the knowledge of the unseen. Nor ولا أقول لكم إني ملك, nor have I told you that I am an angel. إن أتبع إلا ما يوحى إلي, I follow only what has been revealed to me. قل هل يستوي الأعمى والبصير, can a blind person be equal to the one who sees, like the believer? Can a blind person, meaning a kuffar, be equal to the one who sees, like a believer? أفلا تتفكرون, do you not ponder, do you not reflect, do you not realize? وأنذر به الذين يخافون أن يحشروا إلى ربهم ليس لهم من دونه ولي ولا شفيع لعلهم يتقون. Use it, meaning the Quran, to warn those who fear that they will be gathered before إلى ربهم, before their Rabb. ليس لهم من دونه ولي ولا شفيع, there will be no helper, no support, or no intercessor, no one interceding for them. لعلهم يتقون, so لعلهم يتقون, so they may become righteous, so they may have taqwa. ولا تطرد الذين يدعون ربهم بالغداة والعشي يريدون وجهه ما عليك من حساب من شيء وما من حسابك عليهم من شيء فتطردهم فتكون من الظالمين. So do not drive away those who call the Rabb. When there were some mushrikeen, they were respected mushrikeen there, so they were respected. So those mushrikeen, they came and they told Rasulullah ﷺ that they will listen to him on one condition, that he pushes away and he removes the poor Sahaba radiallahu anhum from his gathering. That's the condition, that he's respectful, these leaders of the mushrikeen of Makkah. They said, yeah, we'll come, but just, we don't want these poor people, we don't want to deal with these type of people, these lowly people, we don't want to be with them. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this first thing, وَلَا تَطُرُدِ الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ رَبَّهُم, do not drive away those poor Sahaba radiallahu anhum, who call their Rabb morning and evening, بالغداة والعشي يريدون وجهه, seeking the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ما عليك من حسابهم من شيء وما من حسابك عليهم من شيء فتطردهم فتكون من الظالمين. You are not accountable, responsible at all for them, meaning for their condition, nor they won't be accountable, responsible for you. So you drive them away, you won't be held accountable or responsible at all for them, nor will they be held accountable or responsible for you, that you to drive them away because of the wrongdoers, meaning by doing this, since you have no knowledge about their hearts, you have no reason to drive them out of your gathering. وكذلك فتنا بعضهم ببعض ليقولوا هؤلاء من الله عليهم من بيننا ليس الله بعلم بالشاكرين. In this manner, as these people do not wish to associate with those of the lower, we use some people to test others, so that they say ليقولوا هؤلاء من الله عليهم من بيننا, are these, mean these lower classes, these lowly, the ones whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed from among us by guiding them to Islam instead of us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows well who the grateful ones are, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shall guide them to the straight path, regardless of where a person stands socially. وَإِذَا جَاءَكَ الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِآيَاتِنَا فَقُلْ سَلَامٌ عَلَيْكُمْ كَتَبَ رَبُّكُمْ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ الرَّحْمَةَ. When those who believe in our ayat come to you, then say to them, كَتَبَ رَبُّكُمْ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ الرَّحْمَةَ, peace be upon you. فَقُلْ سَلَامٌ, peace be upon you. عَلَيْكُمْ كَتَبَ رَبُّكُمْ, your Rabb has made mercy for you, compulsory upon himself. أنه من عمل منكم, the fact is that whichever one of you sins out of ignorance, بجهالة, and then repents, ثم تاب من بعده وأصلح, and makes he repents وأصلح, and he corrects and he reforms himself, فأنه غفور رحيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is most forgiving and most merciful. وكذلك نفصل الآيات ولتستبين سبيل المجرمين. In this manner, we have clarified our ayat, right? We have clarified our ayat so that the path of the sabil mujrimin, the path of the criminals, may be made clear, so that people may be able to stay away from their misleading path. قل إني نهيت أن أعبد الذين تدعون من دون الله قل لا تبعوا هواكم قد ضللت إذا وما أنا من المهتدين. Say to the kuffar, I have been prohibited from worshipping those, the idols that you call upon besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Say, I do not believe, قل لا تبعوا هواكم, I do not follow your desires, your wishes. قد ضللت إذا وما أنا من المهتدين. For then I shall go, or if I do, then I will go astray and will not be amongst those who are rightly guided. قل إني على بينة من ربي وكذبتم به. O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to the kuffar, verily I am on a clear proof, meaning tawheed, from my Rabb, whereas وكذبتم به, have rejected him by committing shirk. I do not have control of that which you seek to hasten, meaning the decision of the reward and punish. إن الحكم إلا لله نقص الحق وهو خير الفاصلين. The decisions, the rest is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He declares the truth and is the best of all those who makes decision, خير الفاصلين, the best of those who makes decision. قل لو أن عندي ما تستعجلون به لقضي الأمر بيني وبينكم الله أعلم بالظالمين. Say if I had control of what the punishment you seek to hasten, ما تستعجلون لقضي الأمر بيني وبينكم, the matter would have been decided between us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu knows best those who oppress or who are unjust. وعنده مفاتيح الغيب لا يعلمها إلا هو. With him are the keys of the unseen. لا يعلم إلا هو, which none besides him has any knowledge about. He knows what is on the land and within the oceans, في البر والبحر. وما تسقط من ورقة إلا يعلمها, and he is aware of everything, of every leaf falling from a tree, every grain in the darkness of the earth, and every moist and dry thing is recorded إلا في كتاب مبين, the clear book. وهو الذي يتوفاكم بالليل, he is the one who raises your souls from by night when you sleep. ويعلم ما جرحتم, and Allah subhanahu knows what you do when you wake up after you sleep. ثم يبعثكم فيه ليقضى أجل مسمى, to complete the fixed time, meaning of your life. Then after we die, ثم إليه مرجعكم, then to him is your return. ثم ينبئكم, and he shall inform you of what you used to do on the day of Qiyamah. وهو القاهر فوق عباده ويرسل عليكم حفظا. He is mighty over his slaves, and he sends ويرسل عليكم حفظا, he sends angels to guard you, to protect you from calamities and from other things. حتى إذا جاء أحدكم الموت, until when death overtakes one of you, then رسلنا, our messengers, mean the angels of death, extract his souls without neglecting the duty. ثم ردوا إلى الله مولاهم الحق ألا له الحكم وهو أسرع الحاسبين. Then they, mean the souls, you return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and their true master. Behold, judgment is وهو أسرع الحاسبين, he is the fastest those who take reckoning without any difficulty. قل من ينجيكم من ظلمات البر والبحر, say who shall rescue you from the darkness of the land and the sea. تدعونه تضرعا وخفيا, and when humbly and secretly you call to him, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لئن أنجانا, when we save you, if you save us, then they make dua, لئن أنجينا من هذه لنكون من الشاكرين. If you save us from this calamity, from this difficulty, we will definitely be amongst those who are grateful, and amongst the believers. قل الله ينجيكم منها من كل كرب ثم أنتم تشركون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shall rescue you from it, from the difficulty and from every other difficulty, but even then ثم أنتم تشركون, you still ascribe partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قل هو القادر على أن يبعث عليكم عذابا من فوقكم ومن تحت أرجلكم ويلبسكم شيعا ويذيق بعضكم بأس بعض وانظر كيف نصرف الآيات لعلهم يفقهون. Say, He is capable of sending you a punishment from above and from beneath your feet. From above, such as hurricanes, from beneath your feet, such as like earthquakes. أو يلبسكم شيعا ويذيق بعضكم بأس بعض. Or He is also mixing, He is capable of mixing you into various groups and then letting you taste each other's brutality, meaning when you fight each other in war. انظر كيف نصرف الآيات. See how we explain the ayat so that لعلهم يفقهون, so that you may understand. وكذب به قومك وهو الحق قل لست عليكم بوكيل. Your people deny this the Quran when it is the truth. Tell them قل لست عليكم بوكيل, I have not been put in charge of you or forced you to do as I say. The choice is yours, right? لكل نبأ مستقر وسوف تعلمون. There is a fixed time for every event. وسوف تعلمون, you shall soon come to know when the time of your punishment arrives, but when it comes. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam duty is only to warn. وإذا رأيت الذين يخوضون في آياتنا فأعرض عنهم حتى يخوضوا في حديث غيره. When you see those who engross themselves by mocking and finding the fault with our ayat, then فأعرض عنهم حتى يخوضوا, then turn away from them until they engage in some other talk. وإما ينسينك الشيطان, shaitan will cause you to forget. فلا تقعد بعد الذكرى, and after recalling, do not sit. فلا تقعد, do not sit with the مع القوم الظالمين, with the unjust people. وما على الذين يتقون من حسابهم من شيء ولكن ذكرى لعلهم يتقون. Those who taqwa are not, they will not be held accountable for them. Meaning for those people who mock and for those people who are oppressors, or they mock the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But you should, ولكن ذكرى, but to advise those who find, you should, it is their duty if they have the ability to advise, right? So that they may abstain from their evil ways. وذر الذين اتخذوا دينهم لعبا ولهوا وغرتهم الحياة الدنيا وذكر بها أن تبصر نفس بما كسبت. And leave those people alone who regard their religion as a play and a sport, who make a mockery of it, and whom the worldly life has deceived. وغرتهم الحياة الدنيا, has deceived them. أن تبصر نفس بما كسبت, use it to advise so that a soul is not detained. Because of the evil deeds. ليس لها من دون الله ولي ولا شفيع. There should be no helper, no intercessor, no one to intercede besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وإن تعدل كل عدل لا يؤخذ منها. And the soul should it offer every payment to save itself from the akhirah. إن تعدل كل عدل لا يؤخذ منها, besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لا يؤخذ منها, it would not be accepted from it. أولئك الذين أبصروا بما كسبوا. These are the ones who have been detained because of their actions. لهم شراب من حميم, they shall have a drink of من حميم, boiling water, and عذاب أليم, and painful punishment بما كانوا يكفرون, because what they used to commit kufr and disbelief. قل أندعو من دون الله ما لا ينفعنا ولا يضرنا ونرد على عقابنا. Say, leaving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, should we call to that which can neither benefit us nor harm us, and turn back on our heels after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guided us towards Islam? بعد هدانا الله كالذي استهوته الشياطين. Should we be like the ones who shaitan had deviated from the path in a forest, leaving him bewildered, meaning confused and scared and unable to find his way? له أصحاب يدعونه إلى الهدى ائتنا, when he has companions calling him to guidance, to the right path. قل إن هدى الله والهدى. Come to us, verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the only guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is true guidance, and we have been commanded to, we have been commanded to surrender ourselves to the Rabb al-Alameen, the Rabb of the universe. وأن أقيموا الصلاة والتقوى والذي إليه تحشرون. Establish salah, adab, taqwa, and He is the one whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will gather and take accountability. وهو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بالحق ويوم يقول كن فيكون. He is truly the only one who created the heavens and the earth the skies and the earth, and the day when he shall be. وَيَوْمَ يَقُولُ كُنْ فَيَكُونُ, on the day where he will say, be, and it will become. قوله الحق وله الملك يوم ينفخ في الصور عالم الغيب والشهادة وهو الحكيم الخبير. His speeches, قوله الحق, his speech is truth and kingdom. Everything shall be his on the day when the يوم ينفخ في الصور, on the day when the trumpet is blown. عالم الغيب والشهادة, he is the knower of the unseen and whatever is visible. وهو الحكيم الخبير, and he is wise and he knows everything. وإذ قال إبراهيم لأبيه آزر تتخذ أصناما آلهة. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked about Ibrahim alayhi salam. When Ibrahim alayhi salam told his father Azar, do you take idols تتخذ أصناما آلهة, do you take idols as your gods? إني أراك وقومك في ضلال مبين, I see that you and your people are certainly in misguidance, clear misguidance. وكذلك نري إبراهيم ملكوت السماوات والأرض وليكون من الموقنين. In this manner, as we showed Ibrahim alayhi salam, in this manner we showed Ibrahim alayhi salam the kingdom of the heavens and the skies and the earth, so that he could so he can become of those who are convinced about the oneness and the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When the night covered him, he saw a star. He said to those who worship the stars, can this be my Rabb? قال هذا ربي, but when it sets فلما فلقال لا أحب الآفلين, but when it sets, when it disappeared, he said, I do not like things that set, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot be absent when one needs him. فلما رأى القمر بازغا قال هذا ربي فلما أفل قال إن لم يهدني ربي لأكونن من القوم الضالين. When he saw the moon shining, he said, can this be my Rabb? But when it sets, he said to the people, if my Rabb does not guide me, I shall surely become of those who have gone astray. By saying this, he indicated to the people that they were astray and in need of guidance. فلما رأى الشمس بازغة قال هذا ربي هذا أكبر فلما أفلت قال يا قوم إني بريء مما تشركون. When he saw the sun shining, he said, can this be my Rabb? Then this is the greater. I mean, this is greater than the stars and the moon. But when it set, he said, O my people, فلما أفلت قال يا قوم إني بريء مما تشركون. O my people, indeed I am innocent of the things that you ascribe partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إني وجهت وجهي للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا وما أنا من المشركين. Verily I have turned my face, my devotion, worship to only the being who created the heavens and the earth as a Hanif, the one who does not incline towards any deviation but inclines toward the straight path, which is, and وما أنا من المشركين, I am not from amongst the mushrikeen. وحاجه قومه قال تحاجوني في الله وقد هدان. His people debated with him. He said, do you debate with me concerning the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? وقد هدان, and he has guided me to the truth. ولا أخاف ما تشركون به, and I do not fear what you ascribe partners to him. The knowledge of my وسع ربي كل شيء, the knowledge of my Rabb surrounds everything. أفلا تتذكرون, will you not take heed? وكيف أخاف ما أشركتم ولا تخافون أنكم أشركتم بالله ما لم ينزل به عليكم سلطانا فأي الفريقين أحق بالأمن إن كنتم تعلمون. How can I fear that which you associate as partners when you do not fear that which you ascribe partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You don't fear them yourself. ما لم ينزل به عليكم سلطانا, regarding whom he has not revealed any permission, authority to you to worship them. So فأي الفريقين, which of the two groups are more worthy of safety from punishment? إن كنتم تعلمون, if you have knowledge, you would know that we are safe from Allah's punishment because of our belief. You should therefore be following us. الذين آمنوا ولم يلبسوا إيمانهم بظلم أولئك لهم الأمن وهم مهتدون. Those who have iman and do not mix their iman with their wrongdoing. So إيمانهم بظلم, then أولئك لهم الأمن, only such people will have the safety from the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they will be rightly guided. وَتِلْكَ حُجَّتُنَا آتَيْنَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ عَلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ. This is our strong argument to prove Tawheed that we have given to Ibrahim alayhi salam against his nation. نَرْفَعُ دَرَجَاتِ مَنْ نَشَاءُ, we raise the stages of whoever he wishes. إِنَّ رَبَّكَ حَكِيمٌ عَلِيمٌ. Verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a wise and all-knowing. وَوَهَبْنَا لَهُ إِسْحَاقَ وَيَعْقُوبَ كلا هدينا ونوحا هدينا من قبل ومن ذرية داود وسليمان وأيوب وموسى وهارون وكذلك نجزي المحسنين. We gifted him, meaning Ibrahim alayhi salam, with a son Ishaq alayhi salam, and also grandson Yaqub alayhi salam, kullan hadayna, both of whom we guided. We guided Nuh alayhi salam before Ibrahim alayhi salam, and from his progeny we guided Dawood alayhi salam, Sulaiman alayhi salam, Ayyub alayhi salam, Yusuf alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam, Harun alayhi salam. In this manner we reward those who do good. وزكريا ويحيى وعيسى وإلياس كل من الصالحين, and also Zakaria alayhi salam, Yahya alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam, Ilyas alayhi salam, and all of them who were righteous. Ismail وَالْيَسَعَ وَيُونُسَ وَالْيُطَّى, and also we have guided and rewarded Ismail alayhi salam, Yasa alayhi salam, and Yunus alayhi salam, and Lut alayhi salam, each of them. وَفَضَّلْنَا عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ, we favored above them, above all the people in the universe. ومن آبائهم وذرياتهم وإخوانهم واجتبيناهم وهديناهم إلى صراط مستقيم. And from their forefathers, the progeny, and the brothers, many whom we guided and favored by making them Anbiya as well, we chose them. وهديناهم, we guided them to the إلى صراط مستقيم, to a straight path. ذلك هدى الله, this is Allah's guidance by which يهدي به من يشاء, He guides whoever He wills from His slaves. ولو أشركوا لحبط عنهم, if they commit shirk, then all the actions لحبط عنهم ما كان يعمل, all the actions will be destroyed. أولئك الذين آتيناهم الكتاب والحكم والنبوة, these Anbiya are the ones to whom we have granted the book and the wisdom and the prophethood. فإن يكفر بها هؤلاء فقد وكلنا بها قوما ليسوا بها بكافرين. If the people of the present time reject this, then we shall entrust it to the people who will not reject it. أولئك الذين هدى الله فبهداه مقتدي, and those made the prophets are those whom Allah who has guided. So فبهداه مقتدي, follow their guidance. Say, قل لا أسألكم عليه أجرا, I do not ask you for payment for the Quran if you reject it. It is in huwa illa dhikra al-alamin, it is but a reminder for the universe. وما قدر الله حق قدره قالوا ما أنزل الله على بشر من شيء قل من أنزل الكتاب الذي جاء به موسى نورا وهدى للناس تجعلونه قراطيس تبدونها وتخفون كثيرا وعلمتم ما لم تعلموا أنتم ولا آباؤكم قل الله ثم ذرهم في خوضهم يلعبون. The Jews, they have not recognized the power and the worth of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as they should have done. When they said, إذ قالوا ما أنزل الله على بشر, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not revealed anything to any human being. Say to them, قل من أنزل الكتاب الذي, then who was the one that revealed the book to جاء به موسى نورا وهدى, then who was the one that revealed the book to Musa alayhi salam and brought a light and guidance for the people? You placed it in various pages, you compiled it in various different pages that you showed to others, and most of it you hide it away from the people. وعلمتم ما لم تعلموا تبدونها وتخفون كثيرا, and you hide most of it, and you were taught وعلمتم ما لم تعلموا أنتم ولا آباؤكم, and you were taught such things that neither you nor your forefathers had knowledge about. So قل الله, say to them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this. ثم ذرهم في خوضهم يلعبون, and then they leave them to play their foolish games. Right? They just start leave them, Allah leave them, and let them do what they let them play their foolish games. وهذا كتاب أنزلنا مبارك مصدق الذي بين يديه ولتنذر أم القرى ومن حولها. This Quran is a book, and we have revealed to you, O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, مصدق الذي بين يديه ولتنذر أم القرى ومن حولها, which is most blessed and which confirms that which was before it, so that you may warn the people, to al-Qura, the mother of all the villages, meaning Makkah, وما حولها ومن حولها, and those people who are around it, والذين يؤمنون بالآخرة, those who are convinced of the Akhirah and believe in the Quran, are وهم على صلاتهم يحافظون, they are performing the Salah. ومن أظلم ممن افترى على الله كذبا أو قال أوحي إلي ولم يوحى إليه شيء ومن قال سأنزل مثل ما أنزل الله. Who can be more unjust than he who invents lies about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and says, revelation comes to me, قال أوحي إلي ولم يوحى إليه شيء ومن قال سأنزل مثل ما أنزل الله. Who can be more unjust than the one who makes lies about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and says, revelation comes to me and I am a prophet of Allah, when no revelation comes to him at all and he's not a prophet? And who can be more unjust when he who says, I shall soon reveal the same Quran which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed? If only you can see those who are unjust, the unjust ones, and the pains of death, which the angels of death They are stretching out the arms to receive their souls, saying, deliver, give up your souls. أخرجوا أنفسكم اليوم تجزون عذاب الهون. That أخرجوا أنفسكم, give up your souls, give up your souls today. اليوم تجزون, today you shall suffer a humiliating punishment, because بما كنتم تقولون, because you used to speak lies about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and because you were too arrogant. وكنتم عن آياته, you were too arrogant to accept the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ولقد جئتمونا فرادا كما خلقناكم أول مرة وتركتم ما خولناكم وراء ظهوركم. The kuffar will be told on the day of Qiyamah that you have come to us alone. جئتمونا فرادا كما خلقناكم, as we created you the first time, meaning alone, and you have left behind your backs in the world what bounties and luxuries we had blessed you with. وما نرى معكم شفاعكم الذين زعمتم أنكم فيكم شركاء لقد تقطع بينكم وضل عنكم ما كنتم تزعمون. We had blessed you with, we do not see your intercessors, those who intercede, your gods and idols, whom you claim and had a share in you. قد تقطع بينكم, indeed your relations have been cut off at what you claim, meaning that your idols will intercede for you, that's it, they're gone and have been lost. Inna Allah fariqul habbi wa nawa. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who splits the seeds and the date stone. He extracts, he takes out, he brings forth the living from the dead and the dead from the living. ذَلِكُمُ اللَّهُ فَأَنَّىٰ تُؤْفَكُونَ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where are you going astray? فَارِقُ الْإِصْبَاحِ. He caused the dawn to break. And وَجَعَلَ اللَّيْلَ سَكَنًا, made the night a time of sakana, a time of rest and peace. وَالشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ حُسْبَانًا, and he fixed the orbits for the sun and the moon, according to which they travel. ذَلِكَ تَقْدِيرُ الْعَزِيزِ الْعَلِيمِ. This is the arrangement of Allah, so the Almighty and Alim, the All-Knowing. وَهُوَ الَّذِي جَعَلَ لَكُمُ النُّجُومَ لِتَهْتَدُوا بِهَا فِي ظُلُمَاتِ الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ لِفَصَّلْنَا الْآيَاتِ لِقَوْمٍ يَعْلَمُونَ. وَهُوَ الَّذِي جَعَلَ لَكُمُ النُّجُومَ لِتَهْتَدُوا. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who made the stars so that you may be guided by them, meaning so you are unable to find your route when you travel. In darkness of the land, and the land and also in the ocean. Those the people who sail, they travel to the stars, they see. People nowadays, this is all GPS. Indeed, we have explained the ayat for the people who are of knowledge. It is He who created you from a single soul, Adam alayhi salam, after which a place where you will stay for a longer period. Okay. And a place where you are kept in trust. Indeed, we have clearly clarified the ayat for the people who have intelligence. وهو الذي أنزل من السماء ماء فأخرجنا به نبات كل شيء فأخرجنا به نبات كل شيء فأخرجنا منه خضرا نخرج منه حبا متراكبا. وهو الذي أنزل من السماء, and it is He, means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who sends rain from the sky, and then by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He extracts He sprouts everything. Therefore He extracts the greens from it, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from these greens, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring forth grains that are stacked one on top of each other, with every one of these grains having the ability to grow into a complete plant. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explaining how this, and then from the small stalk with a little flower and a leafy covering called of that from a date palm also. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying we extract branches that hang low. من طلعها قنوان دان وجنات من أعناب والزيتون والرمان مشتبه وغير متشابه. We extract branches that hang low and the orchards of grapes, the vines and the olives and the pomegranate, and some of that which are similar, while others are not. They're not. They're not similar. Look at its fruits as it grows and it ripens. انظر إلى ثمر إذا أثمر وينعي إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون. These are the ayat and signs and the people and those who have iman. وجعلوا لله شركاء الجن وخلقهم وخرقوا له بنين وبنات بغير علم. Yet they regard the jinn وجعلوا لله شركاء الجن وخلقهم وخرقوا له بنين وبنات بغير علم. They regard the jinn as partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where He had created them, and they invent sons and daughters for Him without بغير علم, without knowledge. Subhanah, He is pure from these things. وتعالى عما يصفون. Allah and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pure from what they ascribe to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. بديع السماوات والأرض يكون له ولد ولم تكن له صاحبة. He created, meaning the heavens and the earth. أن يكون له ولد ولم تكن له صاحبة. How can he have children when he has no wife? وخلق كل شيء. He created everything and he has knowledge of وهو بكل شيء عليم. He has knowledge of everything. ذلكم الله ربكم ذلكم الله ربكم لا إله إلا هو خالق كل شيء فاعبدوه وهو على كل شيء وكيل. This is Allah, your Rabb. There is no deity but Him. He is the creator of all things. وهو على كل شيء وكيل. Allah, and He is watchful over everything. لا تدرك الأبصار. Vision cannot grasp and no one can see. The people in this world cannot see Him. وهو يدرك الأبصار. But He can see. He can grasp. He can see everything. He can see all that what people do. وهو اللطيف الخبير. He is the most. He is the knower of all, and He is informed. He is more so subtle, meaning he can see in this world. قد جاءكم بصائر من ربكم فمن أبصر فلنفسه. The means of insight have definitely come from your Rabb. قد جاءكم بصائر من ربكم فمن أبصر فلنفسه. Whoever wants to see, it shall be. ومن عمي فعليه. Whoever wants to see, meaning recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and bring iman, it shall be for himself, for his own benefit. And whoever is blind, ومن عمي, whoever is blind, it will be only his loss. وما أنا عليكم بحفيظ. I, meaning Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I'm not a watcher or a guard over you. وكذلك نصرف الآيات وليقولوا درست ولنبين لقوم يعلمون. In this manner, we have explained the ayat so that the kuffar, say that you have studied or you have learned it from someone else, and we have clarified everything to you so that we may make it clear to those who have knowledge and understanding. اتبع ما أوحي إليك من ربك. Regardless of what the others say, follow the revelation that your Rabb has sent to you. لا إله إلا هو. There is no deity but from Him. وأعرض عن المشركين, and ignore the mushrikeen. ولو شاء الله ما أشركوا ما جعلناك عليهم حفيظا. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had willed, they, meaning the mushrikeen, would not have ascribed partners. وما جعلناك عليهم حفيظا. We have not made you a watcher or guard over them, and you are not بوكيل, and you are not responsible for them. ولا تسبوا الذين يدعون من دون الله فيسبوا الله عدوا بغير علم. Do not insult, do not abuse those who, the mushrikeen, those whom they worship instead of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ولا تسبوا الذين يدعون من دون الله فيسبوا الله عدوا بغير علم كذلك زينا لكل أمة عملهم ثم إلى ربهم مرجعهم فينبئهم بما كانوا يعملون. For they shall insult, they will speak ill of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of enmity without knowledge. Like, do not abuse those who, or do not insult those mushrikeen. Instead, those who worship instead of Allah, who worship other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or else then they will start insulting and speaking ill about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of enmity without knowledge. In this manner we have beautified the actions of every nation for them. Then then after that they shall return to their Rabb, and He will inform them what they used to do. وَأَقْسَمُوا بِاللَّهِ جَهْدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ لَئِنْ جَاءَتْهُمْ آيَةٌ لَيُؤْمِنُنَّ بِهَا. They, mean the kuffar of Makkah, swear and take oath by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If an ayah comes to them from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will definitely accept iman. لَئِنْ جَاءَتْهُمْ آيَةٌ لَيُؤْمِنُنَّ بِهَا. Say, قُلْ إِنَّمَا الْآيَاتِ, say the ayat, the miracles of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, only with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا يُشْعِرُكُمْ, how do you know, how can you be sure if they will accept Islam? أَنَّهَا إِذَا جَاءَتْهُمْ, if they will accept iman, when ayah comes to them? How will you know that they will accept Iman when the miracle comes to them? Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows whether they will accept Islam by witnessing a miracle. There is therefore only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He can decide whether He should show a miracle or not. So we shall overturn their hearts. They do not accept the truth. And their eyes. We shall overturn their hearts and their eyes. Just as they did not have Iman the first time. وَنَذَرُهُمْ فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ يَعْمَهُونَ And نَذَرُهُمْ فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ يَعْمَهُونَ and leave them wandering blind and their stubbornness, arrogance. ولو أننا نزلنا إليهم الملائكة وكلمهم الموتى وحشرنا عليهم كل شيء قبلا ما كانوا ليؤمنوا إلا أن يشاء الله ولكن أكثرهم يجهلون. Definitely we sent the angels down to them. If we send the angels down to them, or if he spoke to them dead, if the dead spoke to them as they requested, or if we wahashanna alayhim, or if we gather everything before them, they are unlikely they are unlikely to accept this iman. Illa inshallah, except if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. ولكن أكثرهم يجهلون. However, most of them, they behave ignorantly. وكذلك جعلنا لكل نبي عدوا شياطين الإنس والجن يوحي بعضهم إلى بعض زخرف القول غرورا. And وكذلك جعلنا لكل نبي عدوا شياطين الإنس. In a like manner, just as these people are your enemies, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have appointed for every Nabi enemies who are shayateen from among human and jinn. Some of them they whisper to each other things that seem good, but they are deceived. But they deceive and they are deceiving. وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ مَا فَعَلُوا فَذَرْهُمْ وَمَا يَفْتَرُونَ. And if your Rabb wills, فَذَرْهُمْ, they will not do so. So leave them. فَذَرْهُمْ وَمَا يَفْتَرُونَ, and whatever they dream about. وَلِتَصْغَى إِلَيْهِ أَفْئِدَةُ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ وَلِيَرْضَوْهُ وَلِيَقْتَرِفُوا مَا هُمْ مُقْتَرِفُونَ. So the hearts of those who disbelieve in the Akhirah are inclined to it, and so that they grow, they are inclined to talk about it, so that they may engage those things, meaning like following deceiving speech and worldly lust, and they start causing harm to the prophets and the people who follow the prophets. أفغير الله يبتغي حكما وهو الذي أنزل إليكم الكتاب مفصلا. O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to Ahl Kitab, أفغير الله يبتغي, should I seek another judge beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when He has revealed the book mufassala, the clear in detail, those and to those who He has given the book, know that the Quran, it is revealed with the truth from the Rabb. So do not become فلا تكونن من الممترين, do not become from those who have doubt. وتمت كلمة ربك صدقا وعدلا, though the words of your Rabb تمت كلمة ربك صدقا وعدلا لا مبدل لكلماته وهو السميع العليم. The words of your Rabb have been completed in truth and justice. There is no one to لا مبدل لكلماته, there is no one to change His words, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all knowing and hearing. He is hearing and all knowing. وإن تطع أكثر من في الأرض يضلوك عن سبيل الله. If you follow the majority on earth, may the kuffar, they will يتبعون إلا الظن. يضلوك عن سبيل الله, they will deviate you from Allah's path, and they all follow their guess, their dhan. وإنهم إلا, all they follow is their guess and their lies. إن ربك هو أعلم من يضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين. Definitely your Rabb knows best who has strayed away from his path, and He knows best who are أعلم بالمهتدين, who are rightly guided. فكلوا مما ذكر اسم الله عليه إن كنتم بآياته مؤمنين. Eat from that the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was taken, if you believe in His ayat. وما لكم ألا تأكلوا مما ذكر اسم الله عليه وقد فصل لكم. What is the matter with you that you do not eat from the meat on which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala name was taken at the time when the animal was slaughtered, when He has explained to you what is forbidden? Right? Well, we did previously إلا ما اضطررتم إليه, right? Except for the situation when you are forced to eat something, right? Or when you're starving to death. There are certainly many who become they start following their وإن كثيرا ليضلون بأهواء بغير. They are misled because they're following their desires without knowledge. إن ربك هو أعلم, and they lead others astray without knowledge. إن ربك هو أعلم بالمعتدين, and your Rabb knows best those who overstep to transgress the limits of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وذروا ظاهر الإثم وباطنه. Give up on the secrets and the hidden the sins. إن الذين يكسبون الإثم سيجزون بما كانوا يقترفون. Certainly those who commit a sin will soon receive in the akhirah the punishment for what they do. ولا تأكلوا مما لم يذكر اسم الله عليه وإنه لفسق. Do not eat from that which Allah subhanahu name was not taken. وإنه لفسق, this is a sin. وإن الشياطين ليوحون إلى أوليائهم. The shayateen, they whisper evil into the hearts of their friends so that يجادلوكم, so they may fight with you. وإن طاعتموهم إنكم المشركون. If you follow them, you shall be amongst those who are the mushrikeen. أو من كان ميتا فأحييناه وجعلنا له نورا يمشي به في الناس كمن مثله في الظلمات ليس بخارج منها كذلك زين للكافرين ما كانوا يعملون. Is he who was dead, meaning a kafir, أو من كان ميت, those who are dead, فأحييناه, and we have granted them life, وجعلناه نورا يمشي به, and we have given him a light by which he may walk among the people. كمثل في الظلمات ليس بخارج منها, better than someone like him who is in darkness, which he will come out of. He will come out of. In this manner, we have beautified and decorated for the kuffar ما كانوا يعملون, the actions that they do. وكذلك جعلنا في كل قرية أكابر مجرميها ليمكروا فيها. So therefore, we have made جعلنا في كل of every town the sinners so they may plot there. يمكروا فيها, so they can plot. وما يمكروا إلا بأنفسهم, they plot against only themselves, but they do not. وما يشعرون, they do not realize. وإذا جاءتهم آية قالوا لن نؤمن حتى نؤتى مثل ما أوتي رسول الله. When our ayahs come to them, right, to prove that Rasulullah is true, they, the kuffar, they say, we will not accept. لن نؤمن حتى نؤتى, we will not accept until we are given or was given to the Rasul of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Unless, meaning revelation comes to them directly. Allahu a'lam حيث يجعل. Allah knows best where He wishes to place His message. Allah knows who qualifies to be a Rasul and where to send him. سيصيب الذين أجرموا صغار عند الله وعذاب شديد. Soon disgrace and severe punishment shall strike them to those who are sinful because of بما كانوا يمكرون, because of their plot. فمن يريد الله أن يهديه ويشرح صدره الإسلام. Whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wishes to guide, He opens and for them Islam, opens their heart for Islam. Whoever ومن يريد أن يضله يجعل صدره ضيقا حرجا كأنما يصعد في السماء. And whoever He wants to send astray, He narrows and He closes his chest as if he is climbing into the sky. كذلك يجعل الله الرجس على الذين لا يؤمنون. In this manner, such person who's experienced such great difficulty, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala places impurity and punishment and is cursed on those who do not have iman. وهذا صراط ربك مستقيما قد فصلنا الآية لقوم يذكرون. On this path, meaning this straight path of your Rabb, we have certainly clarified the ayat for those who will pay attention to the advice. لهم دار السلام عند ربهم. They shall be in a place of peace by the Rabb. وهو وليهم, and He is the protector and friend. بما كانوا يعملون, because of the work they carried out. ويوم يحشرهم جميعا. Do not forget the day when we shall gather all of them on the day of Qiyamah. يا معشر الجن قد استكثرتم من الإنس. Oh, the person who, the one who gathers jinn, you certainly took a large group of humans. قد استكثرتم من الإنس, as your followers, meaning by misleading them. وقال أولياؤهم من الإنس ربنا استمتع بعضنا ببعض وبلغنا أجلنا الذي أجلت لنا. Then the human friends will say, "Oh Rabb, we derive benefit from each other," meaning until we reach death. الذي أجلتنا, that which you had fixed for us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell the angels, قال النار مثواكم, your abode will be the fire, where you mushrikeen shall live forever. إلا ما شاء Allah, except for the ones who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pleases, they should leave Jahannam after a while because of the Iman. Such people eventually, they will leave Jannah after. Inna rabbaka hakim alim. Certainly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is your Rabb, your Rabb is all wise and all knowing. وَكَذَلِكَ نُوَلِّي بَعْدَ الظَّالِمِينَ بَعْضًا بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. In a like manner, we have sent some humans, the friends of some evil jinn. We make some of the oppressors companions of others because of the evil deeds that they commit. And the same sin they will suffer and in the Jahannam, in the Akhirah. يا معشر الجن والإنس ألم يأتكم. Allah will ask in the Qiyamah, oh, the jinn and the mankind, have a Rasul from among you not come to you, reading the ayat, telling you my ayat to you, and warning you about this day. وَيُنذِرُونَكُمْ لِقَاءَ يَوْمِكُمْ هَذَا. And they will say, قَالُوا شَهِدْنَا عَلَى أَنفُسِنَا. They will say, we testify against ourselves that the Rasul has certainly come to the Rasul has certainly come to us, but we rejected their message. وَغَرَّتْهُمُ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا. The life and the luxuries and the comfort of the world had fooled them. وَشَهِدُوا عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ أَنَّهُمْ كَانُوا كَافِرِينَ. And they testify against themselves, and they were certainly kuffar. ذَلِكَ لَمْ يَكُنْ رَبُّكَ مُهْلِكَ الْقُرَىٰ بِظُلْمٍ وَأَهْلُهَا غَافِلُونَ. This, meaning this is because your Rabb does not unjustly destroy towns while they are unaware, while the people are unaware. Allah does not unjustly destroy towns while their people are unaware, meaning they are unaware about the message of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وَلِكُلِّ دَرَجَاتٌ مِمَّا عَمِلُوا. For each person there are ranks because of the virtue of their actions. وَمَا رَبُّكَ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا يَعْمَلُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not unaware of what they do. وَرَبُّكَ الْغَنِيُّ ذُو الرَّحْمَةِ. Your Rabb is independent. Your Rabb is independent and He's merciful. If He wills, He will remove. He may remove from you and replace you with whoever He pleases. Just as He created you from a progeny of another nation. إِنَّمَا تُوعَدُونَ لَآتٍ وَمَا أَنْتُمْ بِمُعْجِزِينَ. Without a trace of doubt, what you have been promised will certainly come to pass. It will certainly happen. The Qiyamah, the punishment, and وَمَا أَنْتُمْ بِمُعْجِزِينَ. You cannot escape. Inshallah, we'll stop here. Inshallah, 134. We'll start from 135. Inshallah tomorrow. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from the fire of Jahannam, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us Jannah and make us amongst the believers. Who are people not entitled to get zakat? Those people who can't get zakat. They're obviously poor and they don't have money, right? And they're basically faqir or they're miskeen, and they don't have any nisab amount of gold or silver. They don't have the amount of gold or silver. They don't have any money. They can receive zakat. Those people who don't have money. And the people who cannot get zakat is all those people who have more than the amount of gold and silver throughout the entire year, and they have money coming in. Does Ibrahim alayhi salam get the chance to see the kingdom of Allah like Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam? I mean, Ibrahim alayhi salam, now he is obviously in the skies, in the heavens. So yes, now they can see the kingdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, like what do you mean like Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, like Mi'raj? No, that was only the only prophet that was like Ibrahim, like Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He was the only prophet that actually went up and he saw, the skies and the earth. He saw everything. He was only he was only he was the only one, the only prophet. But Ibrahim alayhi salam, the rest of the Anbiya alayhi salam, when they passed away, they saw everything else. Inshallah, we've end here for today. Inshallah. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكون من الخاسرين رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا يا كريم اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية في الدنيا والآخرة اللهم إنا نسألك رضاك وجنتك ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار اللهم إنا نسألك رضاك وجنتك ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم صلى الله على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين الحمد لله رب العالمين السلام عليكم.